Load securing methods can be divided into three different types: blocking, locking, and lashing. Blocking means that the load is in close contact to the fixed structures or fixtures on the vehicle. These may be in the form of headboards, sidewalls, stanchion, or other devices. Always start with different blocking methods. Blocking can be arranged in forward direction in many different ways. Blocking is the primary and most efficient method of load securing in road transport because it can eliminate sliding and tipping. In practice, it's difficult to achieve an absolute tight fit against blocking devices, and a small clearance usually remains. Gaps must be kept to a minimum, especially those to the headboard. The load should be blocked against the headboard either directly or by the use of filler material in between. Different vehicles have different characteristics concerning how much of the weight of the load can be blocked against headboards and sideboards. Locking is a method where the load is securely attached to the vehicle structure. Containers and swap bodies are locked on the chassis of the vehicle with a twist lock mechanism. In most cases, twist locks are fitted to the vehicle during manufacture. Lashing can be done with webbings, chains, and wire rope. The purpose of lashing is to tie load units together, or to keep the load in contact with the load platform or any blocking device. Lashings should be positioned so that they are in contact only with the cargo to be secured and/or the securing points. They should not be bent over flexible items such as drop sides. Only one lashing should be attached to one securing point, unless they are rated accordingly. The standard EN 12195-1 outlines two lashing methods: frictional lashing and direct lashing. Top-over lashing is a method of frictional lashing. Top-over lashing involves positioning lashings over the top of the load in order to prevent the load units from tipping or sliding. Top-over lashing is used to press the load towards the vehicle load bed and helps keep the load in place. Top-over lashing is most effective when the angle between the loading platform and the upright part of the lashing is 90 degrees. If the load unit requires more than one lashing, they should be evenly distributed over the length of the load unit. The direct lashing category includes loop lashing, spring lashing, straight and cross lashing. In loop and spring lashing, the lashing device is connected directly only on the load carrier. In loop lashing, the load is lashed to one side of the vehicle body by a loop around the load unit. Loop lashings must be used in pairs to prevent the cargo from tipping over and from sliding. To prevent the load unit from moving in a longitudinal direction, loop lashing must be combined with blocking, or two pairs of loop lashings will be required. Spring lashing is another kind of direct lashing without any attachment points to the load unit. Spring lashing may be in the form of a single web lashing placed across the edge of a load unit and lashed by means of a slope lashing on each side. This is to prevent a load layer from tipping or sliding in a longitudinal direction, but it is also usable in transverse direction as well. In straight and cross lashing, the lashing device is connected directly both on the load carrier and on the load itself. If the load unit is equipped with attachment points that are as strong as the lashing device to be used, then it is possible to lash directly between these load attachment points and the securing points on the vehicle. This type of lashing is used primarily on larger machinery or heavy loads that have proper attachment points. This lashing method prevents both sliding and tipping. Straight lashing can be used to prevent movement only in forward and backward directions. Other means are needed for sideways lashing. For example, in vehicle transport, the trailer might have wheel pockets that block sideways movement. If lashings are put crossways, cross lashing, it is very important that the cross occurs over the center of gravity of the load. Otherwise, the lashing could cause the load unit to tip over. Again, the main principle to remember is that the load should be considered as an immovable part of the vehicle. The load securing method in different vehicles depends on the type of load being transported. In the next video, we'll look at various load restraint equipment. For more information, go to the LoadSafe website, www.loadsafe.ie.